again and welcome to EngLab Pro. I'm Mo. In this video, we are going to cover the topic of employment. Again, I will teach you some of the words and collocations which you need to talk about this topic. Let's go. Like the previous video in this series, we are going to start with three words which are usually problematic since the meanings have small differences. These three words are employees, staff, and clerk. So these are most of the times mistaken, so let's go over them. We're going to go through them one by one. The first one is employee. The word employee means a person who works for a company or an organization. It is a countable noun, so you can say one employee, two employees, three employees, or many employees. And it's a general word for any person who has a job in a company. Let me give you two examples. Jane is an employee in a major bank in Manhattan, or you can say the BMW Group has 159,000 employees. The second word in this series is the word staff. Staff means all the people who work in a company and or a department. In general, it is a group. It refers to the whole people who work in the company or the department. It's an uncountable noun, so we don't have the word staffs. Remember, no S. And it usually refers to the group of workers, not one single person. Let me give you two examples on this. What I liked about the hotel in Bali was its friendly staff. You see, it generally referred to all the people who worked in this hotel. Or my office is quite small. There are just 10 staff members in there. Now I want to make it plural, so I say 10 staff members. That's the way to make this word plural. And the last word in this series is the word clerk. A clerk is a person who does office work or helps customers in a shop. It's a countable noun, so you can say a clerk, two clerks, three clerks, many clerks, some clerks, all of them are possible. And it's mostly used for office workers, for example, bank clerks or shop assistants in American English. In British English, it is more common to say shop assistant. Let me give you two examples. My sister has always been in love with hospitality industry, so she started her career as a hotel clerk. If you remember, we had the word career in the previous video. And then, so my sister has always been in love with hospitality industry. Hospitality industry is in the business of providing professional services in hotels, motels, restaurants, cafes, and the like. And it is a part of the service industry. And the next example is that I normally have difficulties finding the shoes I want. But this time, the store clerk helped me find what I wanted. The store clerk, if you remember, we said the shop assistant is more common in British English, but in American English, we say the store clerk. Now let's learn some verb plus noun combinations, which are useful when you want to talk about the topic of employment. There is a short story about Jane and the way she found a job. In this text, you can see that some of the expressions are written in green. These are the ones that you're supposed to learn. Let's go through it and then I will read the text for you. And after that, I will explain all of these expressions in details. Let's go through it. How Jane found a job. Since the first lesson of physics in high school, Jane was always interested in it and wanted to educate and pursue a career in this field. Upon graduation in this major, she began looking through the ads and applied for the posted jobs. She filled in application forms or sent her CV or resume to various companies and research centers. However, she was rejected within a few days after she submitted the application. She was deeply disappointed, so she decided to meet a recruiter. This proved to be helpful. The recruiter told Jane that the resume is first checked by AI, so it's vital to update the CV for any job posting based on the job description. After doing so, she managed to be shortlisted for some interviews, and finally she was offered a job at a prestigious research center. Okay, it's a good idea that you pause the video once and then reread the story once more for yourself and then play the video and learn the expressions. Let's start with the first one. She was interested in it and wanted to educate and pursue a career in the field. Pursue a career in a field means to follow a career with the intention of catching it. It means that she wanted to be a person who works in this area. Upon graduation means after graduation in this major, she began looking through the ads. Looking through the ads means quickly read through the advertisements. Look through means quickly read and applied for the jobs posted. This is clear, or the posted jobs. She filled in application forms. Again, it's clear, and sent her CV or resume. Okay, what's the difference between CV or resume? CV basically is the short form of the word curriculum vitae. Let me write it here for you. Curriculum vitae. So, but normally we say CV. CV is a detailed list of the whole education, publications, achievements, awards, or professional experiences, and there is no limit to it. It can be something between 2 to 4 pages. But a resume is a summary of a person's relevant or related education and experience. For example, you want to apply for a specific job, you just write down the relevant or related experiences that you have and the relevant or related education that you have in it. So it's usually shorter, it's normally between 1 to 2 pages. This is a resume to various companies and research centers. However, she was rejected within a few days after she submitted the application. Submit the application means to give the documents and applications to someone so that they can be considered or maybe approved. She was deeply disappointed, so decided to meet a recruiter. Who is a recruiter? A recruiter is a person that finds qualified candidates for a job. It means that they are headhunters. Maybe you've heard the word. These are the people that help you find a job. They are the connection between the companies and the people who want to find jobs. This proved to be helpful. The recruiter told Jane that the resume is first checked by AI. By AI, I mean artificial intelligence. Yeah, you hear the word very much these days. I think everybody knows what that is. So it is vital. Vital means important to update the CV for any job posting based on the job description. And update the CV, it means to write down the latest things that you have done in it, in the field, I mean. After doing so, she managed to be shortlisted for some interviews. To be shortlisted for some interviews, it means to be included in a list of final candidates for an open position. I mean that they asked her to go to the interview, and and finally she was offered a job at a prestigious research center. Offered the job means she was given the job. All right. I think these expressions are useful for speaking about the topic of employment and the way that a person can find a job. Here we're going to learn some key expressions regarding employee benefits at work. Employee benefits, we have another word for that, fringe benefits. Fringe benefits. What are they? The other types of non-financial perks or advantages that the employers offer their employees. I will give you examples. It's a good idea to learn these words. So what are some of the benefits which are popular at work? The first one is staff choose their own benefits. It means they can choose what they want. Private healthcare or private insurance. Normally there is governmental insurance or healthcare. Some employers are interested in offering private healthcare insurance to their employees. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive for the company, but they give this benefit to their employees. Childcare vouchers, they help with the cost of paying for childcare. Gym membership means the employees can go to a gym, but the company pays for that. Pension schemes. Pension means retirement salary. Retirement salary. And schemes means plans. They offer different kinds of plans for retirement salary. Extra paid holidays, maternity or paternity leave when a person has a child, has a new child basically, and the mother can get a few days off or a few months off depending on the country, and the father is the same. Maternity leave is the leave time, the off time for the mother, and paternity leave is the off time for the father. Flexible hours and a company car sometimes. These are the different benefits that a company can offer their employees. Remember, these are benefits because they are non-financial. The company doesn't pay money to the employees, pays for these things for the employees. On this slide, I have prepared some questions that you can think about and then try to answer them with the words and the collocations which you learned in this video. It's a good idea if you speak about them loudly to yourself. You may also write some ideas as comments so that I can get to know you better and at the same time be able to correct your mistakes. What are the questions? So, the first one, talk about the process of finding a job in your country. How did you find your first job? What benefits are important for you at work? Think about them. Try to speak to yourself loudly about them and write your answers in the comments below. Thank you again and hope that you can improve your English language skills by watching this video of English Lab Pro. Bye for now.